Good morning, Turtle Club, and welcome to Fortnite Fridays. It is Mag Synchro with Convertible Turtle Gaming, and we are back on the Fresh Founders account, the one that was brought to us by Hoin Kioma. Thank you, Kyo, once again for this, man. It's letting us do a lot of really cool stuff with the content here, and really kind of see everything from the perspective of not exactly a new player, because it is a Founders account. I want to completely own up to that. It is a fresh Founders account, one that got activated way back in 2017 because initially Xbox couldn't play with other players, and so that was Kyo's way to be able to play with us. He actually donated the Founders account to me on Xbox, which was super awesome. But it lets us kind of now see everything from start to finish in a totally different way. And so one of the things that has happened with Save the World, other than the giant sweeping change that happened back in like 2018 when they made the game very reliant on the fear of missing out, or FOMO, F-O-M-O, what we have had happen recently now is the fact that content releases are grinding to a very slow trickle. And today I really wanted to pop in because we have new content-ish. And I want to say that because this is a Willow outfit that's already in the Battle Royale store. So this Willow here, which we can go really quick into our armory and collection book so you guys can see what this new Willow looks like, has its own quest line though. This new Willow has its own quest line. It has its own abilities. It is the first time it's actually appeared in the collection book or anything else. So at the end of phase shift, causes an explosion dealing damage. And the interesting part here, this is what I think is really interesting, is at the end of phase shift, triggers an explosion dealing damage, plus a 60% chance to conjure a phantasm that deals energy damage in an area of effect. The reason why this is interesting is because this is during the Frostnight holiday, Fortnite's version of Christmas, and because it's in the middle of this Frostnight holiday, it gets this hero tagged as a holiday hero, which means it doesn't count as a Fortnitemares hero, which means if you're building a Fortnitemares build and you don't have her as your primary hero, she doesn't count toward the total. So that's going to make things really kind of interesting as we advance with this particular character and move forward. So the first thing that we're going to do to get the ball rolling is we're going to go here and just take a look at the quests. Now, the one thing about Fortnite is they don't really tell you what's coming up. Digrat and I have been playing a little bit on this particular quest line. We got all the way up to sit-in. I think with the 2 hours we have here, if we hit it just right and do the right zones, and in this particular instance put ourselves on public so we can get a little bit of an assist on some of these more granular quests, that we'll be able to actually go through and potentially finish this whole quest up today. And so that's what I'm wanting to do. And as a holiday person, right, as this particular situation being the way it is, one of the things to kind of point out here is for the holiday, there are 3 heroes that are available for this holiday. 2 of them are Outlanders, one's a Soldier. The Soldier has a really good perk for someone who wants to use a auto weapon like a SMG or a LMG, and these 2 are more ability kind of juking based, as it would be said. So I really feel like if you were to play all 3 of these quests, just all 3 of these quests here, go back to, so here we have Misfit Toys and Holly Jolly Ransom. Very easy quests. I feel like starting as a new player, you'd be able to get a pretty good handle on things. The last thing we're going to do before we get started on the actual action today, guys, is twofold. One, we're going to show the actual user build out we're going with. Again, power level 12. We've only done the first 3 storm shields, so we're super early in the gameplay on this. we did start on Xbox, and we have attached this to a PC account so I can play on PC because that's allowed now. But this is the Xbox exclusive Trailblazer Jess. You can tell by the bright green. There's a PlayStation version that's basically PlayStation Blue instead. We're using her for the Berserker because doing extra damage with the teddy bear is going to be very, very key for us to stay alive. And we're using our actual Pathfinder Jess over here because she's a legendary mainly, and because she actually adds to something we're capable of doing, which is hitting things with her pickaxe. Adrenaline Rush, which is kind of a no-brainer at this point for us because, oh my goodness. That's Gadget 1 though. One thing I do need to do really, really fast is go over to our keyboard settings, and we're going to go to our Gadget slot 1, and we're going to change that to that button, and we're going to go to Gadget slot 2, and we're going to change that to, we're going to decline that actually. We'll just leave Gadget slot 2 empty for now. I know what it needs to be. I'm still working on this new mouse that I got. Alright. That way I don't wind up doing silly, stupid things while running around. Okay, cool. And the last thing I want to point out is right around here. We have been officially chosen, quote-unquote, approved, if you will, by Epic to have a supported creator code. So if you are buying anything in the Epic Game Store and you want to basically say, hey, I was thinking about Mag when I did this, you can put my name in there, all capital letters, and I will get something for it. If not, cool, support who you want to support. I use a supported creator code for people sometimes. Sometimes I forget about it. Sometimes it's just one of those things that I honestly get so excited about whatever I'm grabbing that I forget to type something in there because it doesn't save. It's a per purchase thing. But yeah, that's the last little cool thing that we had to say today at the beginning of the stream. So let's go ahead and get going here. Constructor build-offs are story quests, so we're not going to be doing that. What we ideally would like to do is jump into some actual short time missions, and it doesn't look like we have any of those. So that is unfortunate in the extreme, because it looks like that the only way we're really going to be able to do this then is we have two ways to go about it. We have the build the radar grid, and we have the rescue the survivors. Building the radar grid probably going to be our better bet right now, because it involves very, very little combat, and we're not really sure how this build's going to work. So we're going to go in here in public, see if we even get people to help us. That's another big thing at this hour especially. Since we're on East Coast, at this hour on Friday morning, it's 7 a.m. here. It's like noon-ish in the UK. You know, 4 hours over the ocean makes a bit of a difference. But what it basically boils down to is on the North American servers that we play on, because we are a North American gamer, and we would like to have our ping not be completely, separated by the ocean. It does mean that we often at this hour come in here and wind up with the zone being looking like this. So we're gonna do what we can. We only need to build 3 radar towers. I'm pretty confident in my ability to build. So I think we should be okay. And look at this. Some of these early on, you can leave notes in the map for others to see, which is true. You could absolutely leave notes for people to see in the map. It's like the N button, I think, or the B button, one of the two by default. It kind of works. It puts a little purple dot on the screen, which is a horrible color when you're thinking about the fact that purple blobs are where the enemies spawn. It probably would have been great if it was like a bright yellow, because that stands out for all of the quests. But yeah.
The further we travel from the storm shield, the worse the visibility gets. But I have a solution. Time to boost our visibility. You have 20 minutes to build 3 towers. You can build any 3 towers you want. I've marked the location of the towers on your map. You may want to collect resources before starting to build.
Oh, Chicken Wing 9637 playing with us. All right.
Gather any piles of snow you see.
Nope. Okay, I don't think snow is going to solve our impending doom problem, but I think slushy piles of rock are even less useful.
They're perfect, dear Ray. Trust me.
No.
So,
I understand it may be difficult to extend any measure of faith my way, especially considering the dozens of unexploded munitions I've lost track of at home base.
Sorry, what?
But these bags are our salvation.
These bags of slush.
Outlandish, I know. But isn't life quite like an expired nog? Rich, complex, and full of surprises.
well, we know that the thing we have to kill is over here.
There it is.
And we're looking for the next tower we need to build. Man, this gun shoots really good for a rate. Shoots really good for accuracy, which will be super important later. But boy howdy is the damage leave a lot to be desired.
That was amazing. I can't believe it.
So the quest line that we're in the middle of is not the Crankshots holiday, but it's actually the Red Widow's Eve. And we are basically gathering things to make Christmas worse, is my understanding. The story will unfold, and we will kind of get an idea of, whoop, that was not what we wanted to do entirely. Man, you can tell as there's a lot more of the yellow exclamation points on the map that there are other players on this zone, strictly speaking, for this quest. We're passing up 2 towers because we
You know what to do.
we do have a time constraint, right? We have 17 minutes to basically build everything we can. And honestly, some of these towers are going to take a long time. We're gonna basically pass on for a moment. Those 2 that we first saw were ginormous.
Commander, we've got problems. I compromised the security of one of our survivors, and he's
Oh.
on the run. We need to get him back to home base. And we need to figure out why he's running.
Okay, so this is dovetailing into another quest. So this is something that I was hoping might happen.
Keep searching for Ted.
Is
What else am I gonna do, stuffing head? That wasn't directed to you. Sure it was. Why are you after Ted? Because I'm a disaster. What am I even? A doll? A weapon of war? I honestly have no idea. But I do love that dress. Oh, don't shoot this one, Cuddly Bear. Don't shoot anyone, Cuddly Bear. Oh, careful! I can't calm him down once he's riled. Very good to know.
so we're gathering the piles of slush at the same time
Thank you.
we're trying to save Ted.
Ted, if you can hear me, I'm sorry I blew your cover. Come back to home base.
This one's not
We'll
too
fix
bad.
it.
All right.
Are y'all busy right now? Yeah, Jilly. All tied up? Yes. Well, let's go, boys.
Ooh, well chosen.
Are you... What's going on with you right now?
Ah, yes, my persona. I'm experiencing somewhat of a Christmas refractory period.
Ooh, let's not call it that.
You see, this year's exceptional Christmas so thoroughly sated my appetites. I want for nothing save perhaps a sandwich and a glass of water. Which brings me to the crux of our shared mission. We unleashed so much joy to the world that every single monster in the storm took notice. That does check out.
Huh. So, what do we do?
Why, we do it again, my dear Ray.
I knew it! You're angling for a second Christmas!
I understand your reservations, but I assure you my intentions are purely tinsel-tastical.
Come on, Lars. Let's go put our bags on the good bunks. I'm not lower bunking my way into the afterlife. One tower done.
So the one thing about missions that we've mentioned several times. Oh,
This is Riddler 1. The slush is secure. 10-4, Riddler. You're cleared to load the slush in the path of greater purpose. Yeah, sorry.
So, yeah, Trebuchet, for those that don't know, unlike Dennis, is one of those medieval siege weapons that is almost like a catapult, but instead of it being spring-loaded, is counterbalance weight loaded. It's the one that basically looks like it's a giant slingshot on a very hyperactive tinsel setting.
Guess I'm the only one in the bunker. Just me and my echo.
Interesting.
Just me and my echo.
Haha.
Just me and my echo. I guess it's too good for me too. Fine. I don't even like talking in caves, so now I won't. Okay, that was supposed to be a fun ghost echo prank, but you are clearly in an intense place right now. Hi, Willow. I'm sorry. It's not a great time for me. It's like non-stop disaster. I have too many things going on. You know, too many balls in the air. Balls. Really, Willow? We need your help. No, I'm not falling for Crackshot's emergency second Christmas grift again. This time it's different. I promise.
So, one of the things that happened because I took a break from this game is some of these things that are story-based, like the second Christmas grift with Crackshot, I don't really know what they're talking about. Which I feel kind of disappointed in myself with. But that goes back to that FOMO thing that we're talking about at the beginning of the stream. Is this, or in in the beginning of the stream, it was this one. Is that they had started firing off all of these quests that were, it was neat in a sense, right? That it was canon, meaning that the storyline was a actual part of the story. But unlike that, it was part of the story that you needed to keep track of, possibly. And that kind of really just was unfortunate. Don't know why I'm collecting those. Zapper Dense Volentium. Probably not for me. Okay, so we got this middle tower, which I don't think we've explored yet. I need to go over there and take a look at it. I also need to go to my quests, and we're going to go to Red Willow's Eve. We got the Slush thing. We got the Ted thing. Holly Jolly Ransom we won't be doing today, probably. But it's really, really, really ridiculously simple. To be honest, you just have to defend one single, entire, solitary spot. You know, of all the towers built, this one's wood, so it's not that bad. But boy howdy. And that's not the right one. We built that. Sweet. We built this. Awesome. And we already got that. Reset. So yeah, the fear of missing out thing still a little bit there for people that, you know, were playing in like 2018 and 2019, and for a very, very, very minor part of 2020. Apparently, there was some actual content that sort of spurred on the whole entire you got to keep playing to get everything. But they've absolutely changed a lot of it to where it's no longer really built that way. So that's, you know, it's a plus in my opinion. While we're here, the other thing we need to do is go to our daily quest and see what we need to do. We are an Outlander, so that's good. We are not a soldier, so that's unfortunate. So we'll probably recycle that quest. while we're here, the next thing we're going to try to do, since we've built the 3 towers, it's minimum requirements. We can build 2 more, but I don't see a need to really use our resources that way. And because this account is such a smaller account, what we really need to do more than anything, I feel, is we need to start harvesting materials. And if we come across any park seesaws like this one, we absolutely want to destroy those. Because while we do have a good weapon in our little breacher that we have, honestly, I would feel a lot better for one of the later quests that I know is coming up, because Digrat and I have done this briefly, if we had some better materials coming into it. So we're going to be searching some stuff. We're going to be destroying some of the heavier looking things, as far as stuff that might get us some gizmos. There we go, like that. Some nuts and bolts, some batteries, various stuff like that. Meanwhile, we have a whole kind of like 28 days later thing going on here. Now, one thing I do want to point out is they can't go through doorways that are open. So from an AI perspective, you can absolutely abuse that. Even with your own door. Alright, and just go to this. Alright. Looks like for the most part, we just drop a teddy bear and let it take care of this guy. Okay, so while we're here, let's go to our inventory. We can batch recycle this, that. We have a predator instead of a breacher. Go ahead and grab that. See if there's anything else here we can recycle that we're not using at the moment. See if we can actually build anything now. Okay, so now we can build a few things. We really still would rather have... Let's see how this fires. I like that a lot better. I just need to see how it actually damages people. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not really where we still want to be with it, though. Because we have such limited resources as a new account, some of the stuff that we would normally do on our other account, we just build some weapons and have at it. But we really can't do that with this. Okay, sniper rifles, a Terminator. Alright, green Predator, which... we didn't really like the blue Predator, so the green one's not going to be that much better. Founder's Revolt's not bad. Let's the teddy bear take care of this a little bit. Shielder data gathered. Okay, so that's one of the meta quests we're on. Okay, interesting. I guess we revive chicken wings. Alright, over here, get us another gizmo or mechanical part or something. Alright. So, see, the power cell is the huge thing here on these. And the rotating gizmos. Kind of want to go for the Blizzard Blitzer, though. It just looks like it probably will do better than what we currently have. It's just the question of per shot. Headshot damage 144. Oh yeah, this is going to be so better for us to use long run. I hate wasting that power cell, but we're gonna do this and see what it gets us. It should automatically replace what we got. Alright. It says it shoots snowballs. But boy, these snowballs just have a... That's what we were talking about. We really couldn't be wasting some of our materials, and unfortunately, with some of the weapons that we have and don't know about, when we never use some of these weapons, it's real hard to tell. On the bright side, it does use medium ammo, which we don't use a whole lot at the moment, so there is that. And I really kind of regret that, though. Okay, let's... We got a considerable amount of time, though. Oh, somebody dropped a weapon. You can tell because it's got the weapon icon on the ground. So what we're going to do over here is come in here, find out where they dropped the weapon. It was a breacher in a tar pit. Man, someone come in here and they didn't even bother to pick their stuff up. Now, they could have done that for any number of reasons. I'm going to suspect it's because they didn't realize that you can recycle stuff like that. And that is one of those things that you'll see new players not do, and you'll see experienced players do a lot. Is if you see a weapon on the ground, they will absolutely go through and basically pick up weapons that are dropped on the ground like that, because they know at the end of the day, the weapon, while it may not be a good weapon, you might find a very poor item for gameplay reasons. Recycling that thing can be the difference between having 6 guns that you like versus having 7 guns that you like. Looks like Jake found an encampment, which is good for Jake. Bad for the hosts, possibly. Hope everybody in the Turtle Club is having a good start to their weekend. It is what it is, right? Friday worked out to be a pretty interesting day, mainly because we finally got the turtle wagon fixed, the turtle mobile, whatever you want to call our wonderful vehicle we have. Unfortunately, it took a long time. It took a lot longer than the original quote from the mechanic, due to a comedy of errors. There's something to be said for certain things.
Here it comes. 30 seconds left. Today is not your day.
At least it does good damage. I mean, it doesn't hit a moving target well, but the raw damage output for the snowball launcher is pretty decent. Travel and drop on it's really bad. Alright, so we got the first quest done. Pretty normal stuff. Go in, grab, smash, take, run. The one thing that we dislike about this particular kind of quest, though, is it's a 20-minute quest. We don't have a problem doing it. We know we can do it rather easily. And, you know, it is what it is. Let's see, how did we do here? Guy popped in, popped out. We got a pretty good amount of badges. Got a pretty good amount of badges, so I'm okay with that. Look at that, all those envelopes.
Ray, there are very scary toys in the control room.
What? How did that happen? Remember when I asked you if you were distracted? And then you went ahead and told me? You got me twice, Jelly Teacup. Oh, don't be down in your frowns, Ray. You're just having a no-good day. Yep.
Perimeter is secure.
The facility is ours.
Attention, home base. My name is Jelly Teacup, and I'm here for revenge.
Please help me. These toys are very, very mad, and I do not know why.
Don't know why.
Sitting on the shelf all Christmas shopping season long because no one wants you feels bad, Ted.
It does?
It feels wrong.
Aha! So the revenge mission is about revenge?
Trebuchet locked and loaded. The target is in range.
And the target is...
Home base.
Wow, great plan. I see why Willow's on board. Give it a moment.
Slush launch in 3, 2. We have slush launch.
Oh, good. So that's what the home base that I work so hard to protect looks like when it's covered in slush and road salt.
It's so drab and bleak. I don't even feel like singing. Lars, status report.
We've been over this, crack shot. You don't get the call for status. Oh my god. Threat level just dropped to Paisley.
It worked. Kringle, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
So, the quest.
Can someone please fill me in on what's happening?
Here we go.
We have to have a tarot. Father Christmas, forgive my jolly old soul. I can't even say it.
This year's holiday celebration was amazing. It was non-stop love and joy and light. That's exactly what I was going for. Unfortunately, it was so wonderful that every single husk and mist monster on the planet noticed. Oh, and now they want you dead.
Didn't they always want us dead?
I got the sense it was like more of a job, but they are really into it right now.
The only way to survive is having a terrible Christmas.
If we don't, everyone will die. And I don't want you to die. Willow? I guess I didn't expect you to care about us so much. Oh, I don't. If you all die, you're my problem. And let's just not. Okay, fair enough. I guess we're having a bad Christmas. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to ruin everyone's night. With ghostly Christmas ruining visions.
So, we're going to go into the... So, this mission doesn't tell us we have new upgrade points to spend. Oh, okay. That's cool. We absolutely will spend some upgrade points on... Well, on nothing right here. Unless under tools. Some backpack space. Some building health. We'll do the building health. Backpack space, not so much important with this character right now. But we're just hoping to get these unlocked later on in the game. Survivors, manage, we'll just retire the green ones that come across. So we're going to go into the actual story mission here. I don't know what the build-off is, but we definitely want to start progressing this actual account so we can get to some other places. And because of the way these quests are labeled, we should be able to do these in any given zone. So go ahead and select this, go in there, Durburger build off Stonewood. Hopefully we get in and it doesn't wind up being like an actual bona fide, hey, we got some people in here with us. So cool. I am all about that. I'm all about having to go in here and do this build off. Look at this. Back, you can tell when the early parts of this game were here. Constructor build off is the...
Here's our plan.
Hey, Kyle just told me he's going to flex on your team and bury you in flannel and neck tattoos.
Kyle said that.
Uh-huh.
Using those words.
Uh-huh.
He might be sick. Can you check on him?
That's pretty funny. So this looks like it's just to defend the storm mission, or fight the storm mission, which is fine. We have a quest to destroy street lamps. These look like street lamps. Unfortunately, they're not actual quest-based street lamps, which is one of the delightful problems we have in Fortnite, right? Alright. Where's the survivor? He's in the bush. That's funny. So interesting. Not exactly sure what's going on here. This is one of those quests that either were so far ago that I didn't remember it actually being a thing, or it's highly possible that I didn't remember it actually being like one that I did. So odd. Is this quest bugged? Is that what's going on? Unable to edit that building. Unable to edit that building. Unable to edit that building. Okay, so interesting. So somewhere is a tile that hasn't been done right. So let's destroy some of these, shall we? Some of these things that aren't really part of this. It really feels like something here got destroyed that didn't need to be destroyed. Ah, here we go.
All right, Penny, let's see what you got.
Let's move on to the west. Okay, Penny, walk us through your plans.
Today, I thought I'd do something of a deconstructed house. Walls, floors, all the elements you know and love as a house, but recontextualized in a combat setting.
Ah, very bold approach.
Okay. So we got, that's what's going on here, is this is actually a constructor build-off between Penny and Kyle.
Nice work. The rest is up to you. Add any traps or additional defenses you want, and start the Atlas whenever you're ready.
Okay. So now there's an actual Atlas to start. We got to place 8 traps. Okay, that's fine. Let's see here. Traps. And what can we build here? Definitely not 8 of those, because that's a lot of materials. Here we go. Crafting episode options. 8. And then they got kicked for being idle. That's great.
Tell
big builds and one deadly storm. Who will win?
Nice work. Add blue glow to the atlas.
Alright, so
Open mission control when
it
you're
takes
ready to begin.
one blue glow to start this thing.
Sorry.
So all I gotta do now is find blue glow. Now, I want to point out that, as you can see, that quest was pretty straightforward, easy. I got one blue glow marked on the map. I'm gonna go grab it. I am disappointed, though, that this is a special zone, so I get that, but none of the actual quest items spawned in the special zone. So that is a little, you know, it's a problem. It is something that shouldn't take much code changing from Epic to correct. And I just don't get why they didn't bother with that. And these two people up here, I don't even know. I don't even know. Start objective. Start objective.
That's enough blue glow. You got this, Commander.
And hopefully they're going to be the kind of people that will actually do some shooting here. Maybe we'll be able to convince them to do something. But looks like they're just standing still. Which is unfortunate. Hey, we got some people shooting. Sweet. That's good to know. Well, that's a little bit on the annoying side. The sound that that gun makes when it's basically needing to reload. Let's go here. Let's go to small craft. Let's make us some ammo. Hey, the ninja's finally getting into it. That's good. Or the soldier. Maybe. Interesting. If they get past the teddy bear, they should take the traps And get taken out by the traps. And not that I've got good traps on this character, but even bad traps will do some stuff. Alright. This weapon is low on durability, which we know. Couple B hits. Alright, let's see what we got in the melee bank. Nothing. We need lots of stuff. We need the rough war more than anything, though. And I don't think we get... No, we don't get enough. Okay. We definitely need to do some farming. I don't think we can actually abandon this, though, and farm. So we're going to have to see how good our pickaxe does in the melee area. And at the end of the day, we do have anti-material charge. Unlike the Ventures mode, which we've shown a couple times. Whoops. Let's just have Teddy Bear babysit over here. Because we've been left with the building here. Okay, this should be fine. They shouldn't be able to really come in here in the next 30 seconds and do any heavy damage. I would hope. But you never know, right?
Save the Atlas.
Save the Atlas? Why is it saying save the Atlas? How did they do damage to this Atlas? Oh, they got through one of the walls. Ah. Well, now, that's interesting. So... Interesting. Bum, 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 bum. The only emote this account has. Bless its heart. Lurk Squad, thank you for hanging out with me so far today. Really appreciate you. We are still here at this quest to hopefully get some holiday stuff going. Unfortunately, we didn't really have things turn out the way we wanted.
Not to be sore about it, but I think I may have one on points.
It's a tie.
He's right.
It's a tie. That was the plan all along. That way everyone can unlock level 2 walls.
Huh. Alright, so... Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
I don't know if it's the best time for extracurriculars, little robot.
Why not? What's going on?
We've got a stage 4 mesocyclonic storm system with elevated mutagenic mist activity. And, it appears to have gone rogue.
What?
It broke from the squall line and it's been hauling fluffy cloud butt ever since. I mean, look at that projection. Does that make a lick of sense to you?
No. But Commander, we've got survivors in the path of that storm.
Well, now, so we have some interesting stuff here. So, fully explore our zone. So these hero quests, kind of cool. We are wanting to go back to this, though. 'Twas the night before Tuesday. Destroy street lights. Best completed in a city or suburban zone. Alright. Rescue the survivors. If we can manage the rescue the survivors mission, we get a whole lot of stuff added to our account. But we can go to command, hero, loadout. We now have a Well, it said we got a second slot. What were they talking about? I don't see a second slot. That's weird. Heroes loadout. Not there, though. Alright, so let's go to quests for a second. This is one of the things that does kind of completed main quest. Build off. Hero team support 2. So this tells me that I was supposed to get support team, right? 2. So that's definitely bugged out. Oh, wow. Definitely bugged out. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So here we have a rescue survivor mission, 5+. It's in a city. We should be able to come in here and do quite a number of things. Suburban location discovered is a little better favored for us, but it's a level 15 for suburbs. I feel like as a power level 12, we could probably go in here on public and accomplish this. We only need to save 6 survivors. Normally I wouldn't recommend, you know, to anybody biting off more than you can chew, but, you know, we do stupid stuff on this stream and on this channel all the time. So we're gonna try to take a big bite out of the apple here and see what we get. We do get lucky is what we get. We get power leveled up to 25. Look at that. And let's just go and see what we can accomplish here. So we're going to explore the zone because we're looking for suburban locations. We're going to try to destroy street lamps. We're going to try to destroy toys. We've got so many quests that bundle up together, and that's one of the best things, in my opinion, about being a newer player is some of these quests that all funnel toward the end game. It's a very wide entry to the funnel. And so I feel like we're going to have a pretty good chance of knocking out at least 2 or 3 quests while we're in this zone. Look at that, right away.
This zone is about to get clobbered by a monster squall. We've got 20 minutes to evacuate the survivors. Good luck.
Oh, and we got some
There we go.
quests.
A few more lights and I'll be ready to be the ghost of Christmas terror.
Oh, right.
Survivor in danger. Keep up the good work.
So we got some of our playground equipment we needed. We got a survivor save that we needed. We got some street lamps knocked out. We're doing pretty good for just this beginning quest here. Look at this.
Hey, Willow, am I going to be visited by a holiday-themed spirit tonight? I thought that might be the case. Are you taking requests? Yeah, I figured. It's just, this has not been the greatest year for me.
Oh, wow.
If you could find it in your heart to make my soul-shattering Christmas vision not about life, I'd really appreciate it.
Huh. Huh.
I can't blame you for trying.
That's funny.
I guess I'll see you in my nightmares.
That's pretty funny.
Lars, if you promise to tell no one, I'll set you up with a classic movie monster thing.
Aw, thanks, Willow.
It's still going to be the worst dream you've ever had. You will literally wake up exhausted from all of the screaming.
As long as it's a break from all this, I'll take it.
Interesting.
Hey, any chance you're taking requests?
No! A visit from a holiday spirit is supposed to be a horrific, ego-destroying, traumatic event.
Oh, I know, and I respect the process.
Then why are you trying to weasel your way out of it?
Oh, no. I have burned through every horror film we've got, and I could really use a good scare.
It'll happen.
That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I made you some flashcards of the things that scare me the most. And they're broken broken down by subgenre. Red cards are body horror. Pink are ideas for slasher scenarios. This is just a grab bag of things that freak me out. And I just ate a double stacker beef blast, so... let's do this.
This is... oh my goodness.
I guess I can bump you up on the list.
See if we can...
So, what do you think?
I just spent what felt like an entire lifetime drowning in the darkest, saddest corners of my mind.
Merry Christmas.
Dennis is just... oh my goodness. That's all I can figure out.
Are you taking requests?
No.
Look, home base is my heart. And lately, I don't feel like I'm doing the right things. It's just... it's all so much, all at once. I'm not letting you off the hook. Good. Give me your worst, okay? Is this a reverse psychology thing? No, no. Do your worst. Hit me with the tough stuff, you know? Kick me back into gear. Show me what it'll be like to lose all of this.
Wow.
I've got you booked for a pretty simple stress dream. Are you sure you want this? I owe it to home base.
We need more people like
These characters are always pretty funny.
Another go. I've got a few suggestions.
No.
Well, let me just walk you through the pitch. Pennsylvania, 500 years ago. Oh, is it just me, or is it suddenly very cold? Maybe you should take the hint.
Poor Willow. I mean, she's really trying to be an actual ghost in a world.
Are you still taking requests?
That is really not how this works.
One time, I saw Santa in the break room, and he had his beard. It was off. And it was the scariest thing I have ever seen in my life. I was like, who are you? Where is Santa? And he was like, sorry, I'm on the phone. Can we talk about this later? And I was like, who are you? And where is Santa? Where is he? What did you do to him? So maybe you could work that in somehow?
Noted. What's this? A small collection of the best-selling toys of all time. And you think that's gonna calm me down? You got ants in your sugar dish, right? I thought you might enjoy smashing them up a bit. Why?
They were created by a benevolent maker and crafted with love. And like, your god made you and was immediately fired for gross incompetence. Weirdly enough, I can relate to that.
Oh, she died before I get to her.
Smash the toy.
That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
Right. Bolster your bears. Let out some steam. We will help you through this.
Wow.
Check your map for the location of the medkit.
Yep, I found an encampment and I'm running all the way away from it as best as I can. Because I am not...
Another one.
I'm not the superhero that we want.
Okay,
I am...
know you said go away, but I've got some killer ideas you need to try. Everyone gets the same flame.
Oh. Did that count? Wait, what? I don't even know what's going on with that.
Good save.
I wasn't aware I was on a quest to eliminate with a melee weapon, but I guess I'll start eliminating with a melee weapon if that's the way the game wants to do it.
Survivor in danger.
That's incredible.
Oh, you make it look easy.
Weird. Okay. Apparently there is a survivor this way.
Check your map for the location of the medkit.
Is it one of these survivors? Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, medkit survivor. Ugh.
I know it's a lot to ask. I really can't leave without it.
Oh, that's definitely a bummer.
So that is rather interesting.
Check your map for the location of the medkit. Survivor in danger.
Incoming!
I really don't have a huge problem with those on my normal game, right? The medkit survivors, I'm like, oh, it's an easy medkit, go grab it, be done with it. But that's primarily because I have a actual really well built, robust hero. Once they destroy this, they're not going to fix their problem. It's actually about to be worse for them because they won't be able to get to the survivor. Cool.
That's incredible.
Right.
We're gonna need a bigger base.
So there's a couple of medkits still around here. I really wish I had my phase shift.
This taker don't play.
Some more melee weapon kills. See if I can get those done. Alright, so it would have been nice if that counted as number 19, but alas it doesn't. So we have toys to destroy, we have locations to discover. Alright, so these shelters can sometimes count as suburban locations. Come on, don't be stuck on stuff. Especially not on the toilet paper in the gnome. Speaking of gnomes, we are definitely always wanting to destroy gnomes. Look at that, power cell. Bam. And there's a med kit. Grab the med kit, but more importantly, we absolutely need to hit this llama. Now, I know we've lost 3 survivors this whole entire zone, so that puts us like nowhere near the gold tier. So silver tier is about the best we can hope for a reward, and that's unfortunate. And part of that's on me. Oh, we have a quest marker of some sort here. What have we got in here? What have we got in here? What's in the roof? It's a teddy bear.
I have no quarrel with you, good toys, but the deed must be done.
All right, everyone, I have Ted on the line. I know emotions are high and cuddly bears are locked and loaded, but no matter how big the problem is, violence is never the solution. We're gonna sort this all out.
Hey, everyone.
Oh,
Sorry you're not happy with my work. I did the best I could, and the results aren't that bad.
Not that bad.
It's not like you were recalled for being a choking hazard. Give me some credit. That is some very low bar setting, Ted.
that's pretty amusing, actually.
More humans, fewer corpses. Win-win.
Alright. And let's see. Always want to get these if we can. A lot of these houses will sometimes have these toys in it that we're supposed to be destroying, but I'm not seeing any. I'm gonna go straight north and see what we get over here. Nothing really, which is unfortunate. Maybe at the Dirt Burger will there be a toy? I doubt it. Oh, the Dirt Burger is a location though, so that's fine. Alright, and we got this big huge gap in the south area. I think that's the next place I'm going to go toward. I'm not even sure what this location should have been. Like a food truck location, I guess? Another park without any toys. These survivor shacks usually have some pretty decent stuff in them to destroy if you have some quests. In most cases, you'll have at least one of the daily quest items in it. So you'll notice we just, you know, knocked out a TV, there's a server rack, those kind of things. Weird to see a player piano in here. Looks like there was a slush pile here. There are some really weird sounds happening. Alright, we're going to travel all the way to the northwest now. See what we can find there while going through a couple of these zones. And again, we're getting like a...
5 minutes left.
Not exactly a reload sound. I just queued up my actual reload on that weapon just to get an idea. But there was definitely something there. And I get that this game, especially some of these tutorial zone areas and some of these lower level areas that don't get played in a lot, could have some issues. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of QC that goes into places like that specifically. But still, it's like, why am I hearing some of these sound effects? That shouldn't be a zone-specific thing in general. A sound file like that plays shouldn't be, especially if they're doing any kind of dynamic building at all.
Survivor in danger. They're attacking. Please help.
Alright. We did get a shoulder data though, it looks like. It's too bad.
Watch out for
Alright, there we go. Some planks, a few other things that we want. Right. I guess we just stay on the north edge of all this and keep going and see what else we can grab. Definitely collect us a charge fragment while we're here. Yeah, I really regret building the snowball launcher. It just has such a float on it. Oh my gosh. This could be okay, we're gonna fire off a couple shots of this thing. I have definitely seen my better end with it. We're gonna recycle it.
2 minutes before I have to
Freedom's
pull you.
Herald I love as a weapon. Founder's Revolt. This is a good weapon, but only once we get it all the way upgraded. There's just not really a lot in our inventory at the moment that really is going to do well for us with our playstyle. Let's go over to our melee weapons and see if that changes a little bit. You know, a slugger's not bad. Stormblade actually looks kind of cool and does decent damage. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And we'll recycle the breacher, or the whatever that is. There we go. That's weird. Interesting. So we have some suburban locations and we have some toys that we didn't destroy all the way. Kind of disappointed in the lack of toys. And that survivor upstairs, probably not going to like having us as their hero.
Survivor in danger.
And
Here it comes. 30 seconds left.
just a survivor. I guess we can try to see if we can save them. I doubt it. Oh, especially with it being that. Oh my gosh. We're going to just help the husks out in this case. Because this will gather them all now to where we can just start stabbing at them.
I can't believe it. That was nearly everyone.
Not too bad. Not too bad. The sounds being a little different, very unusual. It's an odd back bling. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So we did complete our quest line though to get the lights. All for that. And we've been at this for just a little bit over an hour. We had one major setback where we decided that we wanted to go into one of those other zones for the main storyline quest. And we're disappointed to find that nothing else quest related spawned in there at all. It was a cool zone, don't get me wrong on that. But having nothing else spawn in there, kind of disappointing. Look at that, all these completes, all these alerts. All sorts of good stuff.
That storm was aiming for those people. That can't be right, can it?
We're looking for someone who might know. If you pick up any broadcasts up there, send them my way.
Loadout, a new extra loadout for your heroes. Defenders, Storm Shield Defenders, Mission Defenders.
Hey, Commander, I was letting some samples process and practicing my sweeping arpeggios. And then it hit me. Amplifiers! With that shield of yours, you don't always need more power. You just need bigger speakers. Metaphorically speaking.
Actually,
Attach an amplifier to that shield of yours, crank up the gain, little signal reverb, you'll be blasted into the bleachers in no time.
so fire rate, ranged weapon,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
rifle damage,
Sounds a little dangerous.
fire rate, crit rating, fire rate. I think this is the one that we want to level up. That'll get us this quest complete. Not much out of it, but it does do something for us, which is great. We can go and collect a few of these and retire a few of these because we have 2 legendaries. Collect him. She's always there no matter what. 2 shotgunners, an assault weapon. Okay, we're not too bad. Manage heroes. We got a new ninja and a new outlander. Alright. And we have a duplication. Sweet. Okay. Pathfinder Jess. Pathfinder Jess. We can retire that Pathfinder Jess. So we're doing good there. So we're supposed to have a second hero loadout now. And now we get our support side. We're okay with that, I guess. Yeah. Why it didn't do that when it said it was going to do that, I don't know. I really don't. We'll go ahead and slot in Survivalist. We'll upgrade him. He's already upgraded. Now we have a way to kind of heal without having to worry about our adrenaline rush. Awesome. We're doing pretty good on that. When does account level 40? Oh my goodness, for all these. Oh, there we go. 20. We're at 19. We're so close. So close. Alright. Armory, schematics. What do we get? That was new. Anything of importance? Oh, the defender post. Battery recycled. These 3 things. Defender post you can never recycle. Unfortunately, you can't perk it either, which is slightly unfortunate. Alright, quest log. And these are all how you get certain specific things. So we're going to go back to Willow. We're going to go here, destroy, claim reward.
So, how was everyone's night?
Ho, 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 Ripley's sad. Oh, I was gonna say the same thing.
I learned that you can cry in your sleep.
Yeah, that was a rough one. But good news, we're down to threat level Gingham.
After that dream, I just want everyone to know that no matter what happens, it has been an honor to...
We're back up to threat level Poplin.
I'm glad in those tidings, Ray.
Okay, I'll just be alone with my thoughts and feelings.
Success.
All these
Welcome back,
things.
threat level Gingham.
I guess that settles it. It's time to... whatever the opposite of celebrating is, this terrible Christmas. But first I'm gonna go be sad in bed.
Destroying Christmas to save the world. It's
me.
it's something, all right.
That's not what ghosts sound like. Willow's gonna yell at you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I'm kind of new here.
It's cool. Okay, love you. Love bed more. Love blanket most.
Little robot? I think I died.
You're not allowed to die, idiot.
Well, life found an odd way.
Oh.
Dennis, tell Lars he's not allowed to die.
Oh, Dennis is here too.
Yeah, sorry about the continuity issues this will no doubt cause.
Willow? Are my friends dead?
Most of them.
Most of them?
Well, now all of them.
What happened?
Details are sketchy, but it is entirely your fault.
And everyone died?
Beep, beep, beep.
What?
Yeah, it's the buzzy kind in real life, but I love beeps.
What? Okay, that was the worst dream I've ever had. Thanks. Maybe no more of that ever again, please?
They're really effective.
No, I don't know if I can handle anymore. We're sure that was a dream, right? My friends are fine, right?
Probably.
Let's just launch a full-scale search and rescue just to be sure.
That's kind of funny. So we got to go in and save some more survivors. I've not heard half of these quest things because I was playing with the sound turned down. So it's really cool to hear the way they got the voice acting for this quest. They brought in a lot of the actors: Lars, Dennis, Willow, Ray. You know, there's a lot to be said about Epic's reluctance to update and do any kind of forward momentum on this game. There is a lot we can say on it. We could spend a very, very inordinate amount of time. But when they do actually produce something, in my opinion, which, you know, may or may not amount to anything or be worth anything outside of our community, but in my opinion, they do a really good job of it. And I think they don't get enough credit for that. And not just from, you know, the internet in a whole, but from me even. You know, I'm a very big critic of how they did this game. There's no secret to that, right? Nobody's saying, oh, Mag was not very vocal about what they did to Fortnite. But, you know, seeing some of the stuff like this, it makes me go, oh my gosh, this is, you know, this is cool. This is great. I like the fact what they did with this. I like how they wrote the story. I like how they wrote the plot. I like how it's not your typical cheesy Christmas trope kind of thing. And, you know, I was talking about this very fact with Digrat.
This zone is about to get clobbered by a monster.
And while Digrat and I were talking about it, she's like, yeah, and she's like, in Mag, I'm glad, honey, that you enjoy that. I'm glad that you're happy with what they did for these things. And I said, cool. She's like, but it makes me angry. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? She's like, well, there's so much of this game that's just not been done properly, that seeing when they do something properly like that, it just reminds me what this game could be. And, you know, that's a very valid way to look at things.
Thank you.
It's not an invalid way to look at things. It's not a... well, there's two here. Okay.
Check your map for the location of the medkit.
Let's go ahead and bust this out the rest of the way. Looks like we got 2 medkits here. So what's going on? Spammo. And, you know, and I get that, right? I mean, definitely the way Digrat thinks about it is not a unique view. And I started thinking about it more and more after we had our conversation the other day. And I have to say that I don't disagree with her assessment. You know, these kind of updates are great. Don't get me wrong, I want to see the game keep updating. I don't want to see them fully just give up on the project, which, due to what happened with the way they built this game and with their actual their business model for it, right, totally within their realm to just say, no, we're done. And to say, no, we give it all that we wanted to.
Just don't let anyone get too excited.
And we decided, no, we're just done with it. And that you know, it's unfortunate. It is not what we wanted to have happen, but they could very well do that. Pack up shop and just close it down. But it just makes me slightly, I wouldn't say miffed. I'm not as mad about it as Digrat is. And those of you that have seen some streams of Digrat and have had interaction with Digrat and seen Digrat play, know that at the end of the day, when she's mad, she gets mad. She gets very verbose and mad. What do we have over here? We must have other toys.
Survivor in danger.
And some data. It's not mine. But yeah, you know, and it's not an easy thing to build a game. You know, one of the things that many of you that have watched this stream in the past.
We've got survivors in the storm. Bring them home. But if you could also keep an eye out for Dennis and Lars, that would mean the world to me. I just need to know they're safe.
Yeah, we're fine. Maybe next time call before launching a massive manhunt?
I tried, but if I called and you weren't there, then my dream anymore. It would be real, and you would be gone.
Are you doing okay, little robot?
Very much no.
Wow. This is a pretty messed up storyline.
Oh, there's another one. Welcome home. Forgive me for not getting to know you. My heart cannot take it.
How many of Willow's Ghost of Christmas whatever dreams have you had?
That depends. Am I having one now? She's had about 50. So many. I don't know if I'm awake or asleep.
Wow.
Merry Christmas!
Wow. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Life saved.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know if
It's
your life just got better or worse, but home base is that way.
oh, it's a flamingo.
Good save.
Welcome home. You're safe now.
You're not really safe now. There's no such thing as safe.
Little robot, while this approach does seem good in general, it's really freaking people out.
Good. You know, because if they're not freaked out, we're all gonna die.
True, but that's maybe not something we need to scream in the face of someone who just survived a husk attack. It is lowering our threat level, but maybe there's a better way.
Survivor in danger. Another saved life.
Right.
Getting worried. I know it's a lot to ask.
I haven't slept in 3 days.
Okay, no offense, but we are gonna take over.
Try and stop me. It can't be done.
Yes, I know. You're an unstoppable force.
That's right, I am.
I'm just gonna throw this blanket over you for a moment, and whatever happens, happens.
I'm not a bird, Dennis. That says... if I was a bird, I'd build a nest and...
Wow.
Check your map for the location of the medkit.
That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny.
Survivor in danger.
Well, I'm not the one. Oh, okay.
Survivor in danger. Ah, you make it look easy. Survivor in danger. We're gonna need a bigger base. All right. More humans, fewer corpses. Win-win. Monsters coming. Keep up the
Boy,
good work.
howdy. She just spawned in a real bad spot.
Survivor in danger. Survivor in danger. They're attacking. Please help. That's what I'm talking. Ah, you make it.
Alright, looks like we got another data over here. Sweet. So now we're just basically combing around the edge. Not bad. Oh, we're about to run out of wood. Wow. Well, that's a bigger problem than what we want to let it be known as, because, oh my goodness.
Good save.
That's what's going on. Alright.
Survivor in danger.
Trolls whacked, so I'm on a troll quest too.
Saving lives.
Interesting. if I can do that and take their pathing out fast enough. Nope. Even with work, don't do anywhere near enough pickaxe damage. Wow. Alright, so that northeast corner might have some things that we haven't found yet, but we're going to go to all these giant buildings, which we may or may not have already been to, because we still have a lot of toys to destroy. A lot of toys to destroy. And, you know, those are teddy bears, those are toys, and as far as like model planes and trains and stuff.
Survivor in danger.
We'll open up the blue chest, because, yeah, why wouldn't we? That's parking garage. That's just a Durburger billboard. Here's a hotel. Hotels often have something that's usable for a quest, but not always. What would be really good is if we found a hospital. It always makes me and Digrat wince when we come across the hospitals in this game, because there's always a lot of teddy bears in them for like where kids were in certain, you know, wings or wards. But it definitely would help on the toy quest, because it is definitely sticking with us here.
You saved everyone.
Well, that's good to know. So 9 minutes
You've got a little time left. Why not
to
do
just
some
go out and explore. Weapon durability is low. We know this because this is... Oh, that's important. We have a troll to whack. There we go. Give that guy a good old knuckle sandwich. Do we have a quest for anomalies too? We might. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to destroy one and try doing it just to be sure. Now, I personally, something that we've probably never discussed on this channel, am minorly concerned with heights. You know, we've talked a lot that I'm a big dude, right? And I think that's part of the reason why that I'm terrified of heights, because for something to be high, right, it means it needs to be something that you clearly feel uncomfortable with how far you are from the ground. Now, high is one of those things that, you know, is concerned with height, and concerned with height means, you know, how close you are to the ground on that. And with me being tall, with me being 6'4", 6'5", depending once again on the convenience store I'm walking away from, those little signs are not 100% accurate. They're just meant to get a rough indication, right? The concern, the problem that we run into is for something to be quote unquote high for me means it's generally going to be somewhere in like the 1 to 2 stories range, right? So like in the apartment that I live in, I can, you know, some people, you know, they're like, oh, I can touch the ceiling by the tips of my fingers. Well, I can like flat palm the ceiling in this full story. And, you know, if I'm like a foot off the ground, that's nothing. You know, if I'm 2 feet off the ground, that's nothing. If I'm 12 feet off the ground, like twice my height, I start to get concerned. Now, someone that's, you know, like Digrat, who is a good 1.5 feet shorter than I, high for her is stuff she can't reach. And that's like stuff that's eye level to me in some cases. And so there's definitely a difference in if she were afraid of heights, what that would entail versus if I was afraid of heights. And I think that plays into it, you know, because like, oh, you're afraid of heights, how sad. And I'm like, well, you got to realize for me, when I'm talking about heights, I'm talking about like a 50-foot drop versus someone else thinking about like a 15-foot drop. So some of these things, you know, and part of it's like maybe potentially vertigo as well. Did I pick up any? What are the stats per shot on these things? 47 versus 62. Let's get that one out. We need some target practice here. There we go. The target practice thing, I love this thing. It is one of those things that adventure zones are great as a new character. It's also great because even if you have a very small weapon, right? This is just a power level 7 rifle with a power level 12 tune, and we have scrap and more scrap for materials. You know, we've been struggling for stuff. But with this very... we missed the gnome. With this very, very meager weapon, and we wouldn't be doing like a storm chest or anything with this tune, right? This very meager weapon, we've managed to get batteries times 10, copper ore, rotating gizmos, some crystals. You know, we got a good amount of stuff, and the reason why we got a good amount of stuff ultimately is because of the fact that the prize pool for that. Ooh, we have something on the other side of this. The prize pool for the target practice is very similar. Ooh, it's a teddy bear.
I think you're all overreacting here. You're not that bad.
We don't even make sense.
Sure you do. A life-sized automated tea party, pal? You make perfect sense.
Why am I wearing a combat knife, Ted?
It looks awesome.
And what's with the grenades?
I could have done a bit more self-editing.
And the self-awareness? Being on a discount bin disaster is bad enough, but how come I gotta know it?
Self-awareness was cheaper than custom coding a tea party interaction system. You don't like that answer?
Cuddly bear don't like it neither.
So yeah, so when you're first starting out, those target practices, especially if you have a decent enough aim, are really, really good because of the fact that you can get a lot of material that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. And we can start looking at certain weapons that we wouldn't be able to build without stuff like that. It's a blue one, okay. We have a Clark Kent. Interesting. But I know some of you out there are going, well, Mag, that's great. You have a decent aim. You're not, you know, you're not a great shot. You know, you're not as good as the young Mag who used to be the Unreal Tournament player with snipes from God knows from forever. So what if we're not casual Mag good at sniper shots? What do we do then? And you know, that's a very good question. And I think looking at the map, trying to see what we have available to us, it's not really a question we'll be able to answer on this map. But we will have another mission coming up, and I'll be able to show you guys what we do there. And it's what I call the Digrat solution. Because Digrat, much like some people, she is not the most accurate shooter in the game, and on top of being a non-accurate shooter in this type of game, she's also playing on console. And console has a couple of challenges it comes with. Let's go over here. And just, again, we're on a very, very... Okay, we need some of that. Let's see, recycle. Recycle. I was hoping we'd find some more, but we're not finding any. Oh, we might see some here, though.
Here it comes. 30 seconds left.
Rough mineral powder. Come on, give me some more rough mineral powder. Just the 4. Sad. This is going to be difficult then. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to use the Digret solution here without recycling one of my other weapons. It looks like I can't even recycle those. Interesting. Well, we'll have to find out when we get to. Interesting. Oh, we're level 20. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. That reminds me of something that I need to do on this, because we're gonna have to remove the music. So Save the World's great, but some of the emotes that they've added via Battle Royale have
All right, we finally got her
added.
Willow, you promised no more nightmares.
How else am I going to spread holiday misery?
I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel here. The holiday season has more than enough misery to go around. Once we set the date for Bad Christmas, every day will be worse than the last. Trust me.
Alright, what do we got here? A Mighty Slugger, we're gonna recycle it.
Ray, are you awake?
Here, settings,
Are you awake?
sounds,
Yes, crack shot. I am awake now.
licensed
Okay,
audio,
2 things. First of all,
mute
my
all,
Christmas
apply.
refractory period is over, and I am ready to go again.
I'm very happy for you.
And second, Lars says we're not doing a bad enough job and there are husks everywhere. He also says, go away, Crackshot.
We'll take care of the husks. You just get out there and make this the most terrible Christmas ever.
Okay, so we gotta do headshots. So what just happened is Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up popped up, and that is, as has been told by many people, a Rick roll. I'm sure everybody's aware what a Rick roll is on the internet these days, and that's the good news. The bad news is that's probably going to make us have a copyright claim from the actual owner of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. So we needed to turn that off. We forgot to do that on this other account, so that's kind of unfortunate. We need headshots. That's what the next quest is, though. Headshots. So we're going to go in this limit and collect, and we're going to go for headshots. Before we go into there, though, new upgrade points to spend. We are level 20. Awesome. Upgrade. We can get our supply drop. We can also get build and repair speed. We're going to get that. We're going to get supply drop as well. Building health. You know, these things, when you're playing by yourself, super important. This very important to kind of help things speed up. We're going to go back. Heroes. Loadout. We're going to add our other gadget, which is going to be the supply drop. And map in here. And before we go, as we was mentioning, backpack, we're going to see what we have for some headshot loving. Not a fan of pistols, but it should be noted that the Revolt's not any pistol. It is a Founder's weapon, and it is the only epic tier weapon that happens to have an actual chain perk on it. which is amazing. If it could have been a legendary, it would have been just completely bananas. And once we get to Plankerton Storm Shields, we can start tearing our stuff up. So we are going to craft one of these, though. And we're going to channel our inner alienated one, because alienated was a huge pistol user. And the Revolt, you know, it's good. It's good. I won't lie about that at all. It's a good pistol. It's a good weapon. If you're needing a decent pistol in our Founder, I cannot recommend it enough. If you're needing a good firearm in our Founder, I cannot recommend it enough. There is a Founder's shotgun. Don't use it. It's good if you got all the right stuff. Early on, not a great weapon though. At all. But this thing is amazing. And since we need headshot kills, we're going for look at that. Look at that. Single shots.
We should probably work on our aim. So, headshot only.
And the best thing about this weapon is the stability on it is just insanely good. Insanely good. Like, there's hardly any float up.
Very festive shooting. We've got an opportunity to strike an approaching.
Now we're actually loading in the quest for the zone.
10 minutes to take out as many husks as
And we're already at 15 out of 30 eliminations by head.
we win.
So
We don't. Don't forget to collect those husk and mist monster samples.
that's about to show up.
Strike hard, strike fast, strike fear into the heart of the horde.
So we're already halfway through on the samples.
So watch the map. Wrap 'em up. Bonus objectives are in play.
Dickrat and I did do this quest together on the other
But
accounts.
things are looking very, very, very bad. So shoot everything.
And as far as the quest goes, it is a shared completion quest. So that means that anyone else in this zone who is eliminating with headshots is also adding to it. So, you know, that's a plus 2, right?
Now that's why it's the most wonderful time of the year.
And there we go. 30 headshots.
You saved my life. Thanks.
Alright, so we've done the quest we came in here to set out for. We are on the zone quest itself. The mission's got to be successful for us to keep zone credit. So that's, you know, minorly important. And we still have some toys to destroy. I don't know if we're going to wind up getting all the toys that we need to destroy, but, you know,
Keep up the good work.
it's worth looking, right? Teddy bears, planes, board games, all those kind of things. Occasionally in a gas station, we'll get some stuff.
Jilly, I can see how you might feel conceptually convoluted. But Tank, why are you so upset? You're cool. Top tier military skills, 20-year special forces service. And as if that's not enough, you're a lawyer.
While we're on the topic of things not making sense, why am I a lawyer?
It makes you complex.
It makes 20 years of Special Forces service?
I don't know.
What's my focus? Contract? Tort law? Criminal defense?
You know, just general law.
You made the Morpho Gear game. That universe is perfect. And here I am with my law degree and my bazooka. What are you doing?
Ted!
What's your complaint?
Oh, no complaint from me. I'm just curious if I'm a spaceman or a robot.
I couldn't decide.
What?
You couldn't even flip a coin?
I didn't think it mattered.
Very well. I will keep my adventures vague.
Klops. You're getting an answer. Isn't that right, Ted?
Why don't you guys just decide? Whatever was in me that made the Morpho Gear gang, it's gone. Just do what you're gonna do to me and get it over with.
What she's gonna do is shoot you with an adorable gun bear. So let's keep this conversation going, okay?
So yeah, that's the other storyline that we're on. The residual storyline that we're kind of like on. That's we're not really actively doing the toy quest, but we just completed it. I mean, that's the thing about shared quests like that, right? Is you don't have to actively be on stuff. People are always destroying toys. They're always destroying teddy bears. They're always trying to, harvest materials. So, that's one of those things that makes this game great, in my opinion, is that you don't have to fight over some of the quest resources. It did take some of the, oh, wow, that's like a fish tank. I've never seen that before. Been playing this game off and on since 2017, right? And 2017, and I've not ever seen a fish tank before. That's kind of funny.
5 minutes left. Storm's closing in.
Alright guys, play with the teddy bear. I just want to point out also the Revolt, as great damage as this thing is doing, it's light ammo. It is probably, as a founder, bar none, the best weapon to use as a new player, as a low level player. Because as light ammo, you can make a lot of light ammo per piece. It doesn't take much. It takes nuts and bolts, which is, a quick hit to some metal, a quick hit to some wood, and then probably taking out a car. Right there we got 1 nuts and bolts from that car. We got 4 nuts and bolts from that car. And we got 3 nuts from that car. So we got 8 nuts and bolts. And that was just seconds, right? So if we go to ammo, we go to light ammo. Look at that. 8 nuts and bolts, that's 4. That's times 60.
Have you considered meditation?
We can craft so much nuts and bolts off of that. Oh, here's our supply drop also. Get our materials.
Bonus challenge success.
Oh, here's one of our other suburban areas that we haven't gotten yet. Alright, so really would like to get the last of the suburban areas. Do we have a healing pad trap? We do. It's not going to heal as much as my big traps. I've realized this. So what we're about to do is something potentially very, very, very stupid. And again, we do that a lot on these channels, so we're okay with that, right? So we're queuing up our actual floor trap, and we're trying to find this last suburban location. There we go. We got the last suburban location. Why did we craft those healing traps? Because you can see the zones moving. And if we needed to, we could drop a healing trap, hit it, get our health, and move on. Healing traps load, even the base ones with no perks, they actually prime themselves really fast. Really fast. And we're pretty close to actually hitting platinum on this mission. We're doing really good for this mission. I'm quite happy with that, actually. Wouldn't mind being able to see what we're doing a lot better, though. So we're going to see if we can take down this building. Take it out. That took it out. Good. I saw red dots and then they ran away. 27 seconds to do 27 kills. And the game's not really spawning them in for us. Here we go. We went for it, but we got 9 left, and we're not going to get it.
It's getting too dangerous.
All in all, really, really good. Really, really good. And you know, we went in, we accomplished a whole lot of quests today. We managed to level our account up to level 20, which I find to be really great. We came in at the very beginning of this game with just shy of... I'm trying to remember exactly where we were. Like 230 V-Bucks, I think, is where we were at the very, very beginning. Again, this is a fresh Founders account, so we're going to be getting V-Bucks. These would be X-ray tickets if we weren't a Founder. And this is, you know, all the V-Bucks stuff, all the X-ray ticket quests that we've done, completely separate from the holiday.
Okay, look, that did not go amazingly well. But as long as I'm in charge of home base, we never give up.
490.
We will find a solution for you and for Ted.
490. So, a gift you cannot refuse, find Willow's presents. We're going to go back to our quest log, though.
I hear you need reinforcements. And I was like, as long as I'm in charge of home base, we never give up. And you know what she did? She threw me out the window.
I love you, Ray, but this is the 10th time I've heard this story.
I'm working through the second act. It drags.
Let's get you back to home base.
No!
Come on, you're malfunctioning.
Just because I fall to pieces whenever I leave home base doesn't mean I'm malfunctioning. Maybe I'm functioning for the first time. You ever think about that? Because I have a genius plan. Give me beat.
Alright, so here is the gift one. We'll replay the intro for that because we skipped it a little bit.
Here you need reinforcements. Willow, you look, I want to say, happy? Oh yeah. Why? Not only do I get to tell you that you're doing everything wrong, you're doing everything wrong. I've also come up with a plan to ruin everyone's Christmas.
Never! Sorry, Reflex. This goes against everything I stand for.
As I was saying,
Don't you dare, you joyless specter! Again, sorry. Keep ruining Christmas, you foul demon!
I should be so lucky to make it to Foul Demon. Technically, I'm still just a second-degree unclean spirit. But this plan may just get me that into motion. Let's spread some holiday fear.
So we're going to be finding presents in the next quest that we do on this. We're going to do these off camera in between some things, because we definitely want to be able to unlock these. But I want to point out a couple things. One, if we go back to the main quest, go over here to not Frost Knight, not Holly Anderson, but Misfits Toys. Okay, Misfit Toys, we haven't even been focusing on these, right? We've already got 2. Day of the Living Ted, The Rise of Jilly, We're on the Bean Plan, Toying with Your Emotions. We only have 5 more quests here, and we get Jilly at the Tea and Sympathy quest. So it's not going to take long at all for us if we were going to focus on that to get there. If we go back to main quests and we go over to Willow's Eve, the Willow character, we're on quest, what is that, 5? We do 4 in 2 hours by kind of lackadaisically going through some things. And we only have 6 left. So another 2, maybe 3 hours of gameplay at an hour per day, which is a reasonable amount of time to video game, guys. At an hour per day, we can knock the rest of this out long before the 24th actually comes and goes. That's when these quests end. Some of the Frost Knight quests we can knock out before then, spend maybe about 3 hours on Saturday because it's a weekend day, those kind of things, you know. So if you're if you're pressed for time and you're just now starting this game, you can definitely get in there. The last thing we want to do is, because we did a lot of quests which gave us a lot of stuffs, right? We're going to go ahead and look at this. We got 6 mini llamas. We have enough for some from 4 holiday llamas. We've got enough of the gold for this. So we're gonna go open an upgrade llama. This is our founders reward. So if we had a founders account, we would get this, which would give us a little bit of a boost. Not much, you know. A little bit of experience. Here we get a daily reward llama, which is just a weapon schematic. So again, not much. And that's not even a founders thing. That's just that every player gets that thing. Mini llamas, we're going to go ahead and bust these 6 open. We get a lot of gold. Mini llamas are from doing storm shield defenses. Mini llamas are from doing certain quests that have storm shield or have mini llamas for the reward. Usually there's about 2 or 3 per week. They're generally a defend the thing kind of thing. And then our holiday llamas, we're going to bust them open so everybody can see what we get there. Or not. Did we just bug out? We collection book bugged out, but we were able to get around it because they fixed it. Alright. Here we go. Do we want an Outlander or do we want a Soldier? Well, we have Frag Flurry Jess, who is the Outlander, so let's go with the Soldier. That could be Ted, technically, or Sergeant Winter. In this case, it was neither. It was just vanilla stuff. So we're going to go to bonuses, Warcry, or Assault and damage. We're going to go with the Warcry because Rescue Trooper is a quest reward often. Sergeant Winter, Demolisher Jonesy. We want to go with Sergeant Winter because our idea is to get a going commando build for a soldier. Copper Blizzard, which we weren't impressed with the legendary one, or Pop Shot, which we do like the Pop Shot. We're going to go with Pop Shot because I don't think we have... Oh wait, I think we got a legendary one of those. We're going to go with the Blizzard because I know we can recycle it, and I'm pretty sure we had the others. Alright, so look at all this stuff that we don't need. Long run. Actually, let's just start doing this. I know we got a Shock Specialist AC. I don't know about Tank Penny. These green schematics, we're not going to like level up. There's a Copper Pop Shot right there. Rafi's Revenge is great. We already know we have a better defender. We have a great pistol. we're going to unmark that because I don't know about the flame trap. 8 will be collected. Schematics. Let's see here. There's our, yeah, we have a pop shot there. There's our blizzard launcher, which, again, we weren't really impressed with it, so we'll collect it. And we're going to collect our legendary one too in a second. Hey, we got a trap llama. Early on, your collection book levels up so fast. It's why a lot of people will throw a lot of stuff in the collection book and not look back. And then find themselves pretty disappointed later. There's our flame trap. Alright. Battery tire all these greens and the grays. Also going to do some quick maths. We're good there. Command heroes, defenders, shotgunner. I knew we'd have a blue one that we wouldn't need, so. And again, when I go in here, I'm going to sort these by name so I can see which ones duplicate. Sergeant Winter, I figure we might already have. Blue Flux, which means we can take a green and turn it into a blue, which is amazing. That's one of the things that I really do like that they changed with this game. We did have a tank penny, so we can retire that one. We have... Technically, we have a Jade Assassin Sarah and an Assassin Sarah. I don't think we can upgrade her. Oh, we can. That's cool to know. We just can't collect her because she is the Xbox. So we can go ahead and recycle or collect the Assassin Sarah because it's not a, it's not anything that we need. And then over here, Frag Flurry Jess, Pathfinder Jess, Trailblazer Jess, second Pathfinder, recycle that. There's our Shock Specialist, as I said we had. So we did really, really good today. We started off at power level 12, and the last thing we're going to do is go to our Survivor Squads, and we're going to come in here, and we're going to upgrade any of these that we can upgrade. And see what we get as far as our squad level goes. And again, mainly what we're doing today on this particular play of these accounts, is lower accounts, right? Is we're just showing, for minimal effort, 2 hours. A little bit over 2 hours, what we can do in this game. We already went up 2 power levels. We are halfway to getting some characters. We've opened up a truckload of llamas. We are working toward where's our commando, renegade, and we're gonna go first cup of the day. We're gonna go snowing commando, and of course adrenaline rush, and then supply drop for now. We're well on our way to making this account a legitimate account again. But Turtle Club, that's going to be it for today's stream. I really appreciate everybody for coming in. Tomorrow is Saturday, and we will have a different stream than what we've had. It used to be Shipwrecked on a Saturday, but we will be playing a game that was on Wednesdays. We'll be doing Kingdom Hearts. I love the game. It's great. It's fun. Wednesdays was playing it for about an hour. It just wasn't enough time, in my opinion, to really get in and do some grinding in it and playing in it and make some accomplishment on it. So Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. is going to be Mag's Magical Adventures in the Magical Kingdom, which is our Kingdom Hearts playthrough. Hope to see you guys there. I'm going to have myself a good night. You all have a good breakfast, a good lunch, good dinner, a good year. Whatever you guys about to do, though, Turtle Club, stay safe, wash your hands, and have a good one. Thanks for watching, and take care, guys.